Good morning, everyone. Hey, I wanted to just share a little bit with you this morning. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I feel like I've said this a lot, but I think it's worth repeating this morning as I'm visiting with some of you about your discipleship journey. I just want to encourage you to continue with discipleship. This discipleship that God has called us to is more important now than it's ever been before. A couple of things. One, keep the end in mind. I have said that over and over again, but we know the end result is to make disciples, to become disciples first and then make disciples. That's the end result. We're looking for a good path to get to that end result. And it may look a little bit different than we thought it was going to in the beginning. But stay the course, keep the end in mind, and God will lead you on the path to get to the end result step by step. I want to encourage you, do not set discipleship aside during this season. We can't afford to do that. More than ever, we need to be in this time of preparing for a great time of harvest. We need to not only be prepared ourselves, but we need to be making disciples. So we have a large army, a large crew to do the discipleship. As you're doing your Valor Discipleship, I just want to encourage you, if you are towards the final weeks, please do not set those aside. Don't stop just because you can't meet together. Keep moving forward. The last couple of weeks, remember, you do the testimony piece if you need to do that in Zoom, if you need to write those out and email them, whatever you need to do. But the testimony is not necessarily for those listening, but it is for those who are giving their testimony, who are writing it out, who are sharing it. We need to process his story in our lives so it's solid so that we can share it with others. So that piece is very, very important. Do not set that aside. Then the last 3 weeks, you're going and making disciples. Last 3 weeks, remember, it's a preparation time for you to be able to go and share the gospel with someone. So use that time, the weeks where you would have been together and you would have talked about how to walk someone through salvation, have them call each other and do that on FaceTime. That needs to be solid. We need to process that out loud so we feel comfortable sharing the gospel with others. Then when they are asked to go and talk to someone or find someone that they can have 3 spiritual conversations with as they practice discipleship, have them do that. You can be doing that FaceTime. It really opens up a brand new avenue because if it's not going to be face to face, it can be with someone that doesn't live where they live. It could be somebody far away. Also, don't let that piece intimidate you. Remember, you can practice discipleship with someone who already knows the Lord, already has a relationship with them. So as you're sending your men and women out to practice discipleship, one-on-one discipleship, encourage them that they can practice with someone who maybe already knows the Lord. The important thing is, as we process through this, again, as we talk about it out loud, it becomes more solid in our own lives. We feel more comfortable with it, and we're willing to walk this out and talk about the Lord to others. It comes more freely. It becomes part of who we are. So I want to encourage you, do not set this aside. Finish your season. Finish strong. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap a harvest. See this thing to the end. Remind yourself why you started, and it was to get to this end goal. It's okay that the path has changed a little bit. God is making a way for this, and I believe we're going to come out stronger in the end. So keep going, keep going. I'm anxious to hear all that's happening in your world.